Welcome.
Welcome to the Everything Podcast. I am your host,
Chuck Manity.
And in today's episode, we are going to be covering Dracula, a love tale. So as usual, what we'll do is I will go through some interesting information with regards to the show. We will watch the trailer and I will give you my thoughts afterwards. So without any further ado, let's get into it. So Dracula, a love tale, or simply Dracula, depending where you come from. And you'll see the release schedule. It's quite an interesting one. Very, very involved. So we'll get to that in a second. But, or simply Dracula is where I was, is a 2025 English love French gothic romance and romantic fantasy film written and directed by Luc Besson, based on the 1897, novel Dracula by Bram Stoker. So the basic premise is Prince Vladimir of Wallachia renounces God and becomes Dracula after the death of his wife Elisabetta during a battle with the Ottomans. Over the centuries, Dracula attempts to track down the reincarnation of his wife, creating vampiric agents to assist in his search and developing a perfume designed to lure women to him. 400 years later, while negotiating a real estate transaction with the Parisian solicitor Jonathan Harker, Dracula discovers that Harker's fiancée Mina is the reincarnation he seeks. After imprisoning Harker in his castle, Dracula reinvigorates himself with the blood of nuns and heads to Paris in the time for the centenary of the French Revolution. With the help of Maria, one of his vampiric followers, Dracula tracks Mina down and, destroying the perfume, reminds her of her past life as Elisabetta and takes her back to Wallachia, where she begs him to turn her into a vampire in order to live eternally by his side. So, an expeditionary force led by an unnamed priest and Harker lay siege to Dracula's castle. During the battle, Dracula is confronted by the priest, who urges him to repent of his ways lest he condemn Mina to eternal damnation. Dracula allows himself to be stalked by the priest and disintegrates in Mina's arms after declaring his love for her. So it might seem like I'm doing a bit of spoilers here. I'm really not. This is based on the book, basically. So as far as the cast is concerned, we have Caleb Landry Jones. He was actually Banshee in X-Men First Class, so that's the one that screams really loud. So if you've seen that, you'll know what I'm talking about. We have Christoph Waltz, who has been in a bunch of different movies, Lethal Battle Angel being my favorite of them. So if you haven't checked that out, please do. And there is a sequel apparently on the way, so that's exciting. Then we have Zoe Bleu, I think that's how you say it. She's actually the niece of Patricia Arquette. Very, very crazy family, the way, she came about, and, like actress, political science being her parents or whatever the case is, and how her sort of life started. I'd encourage you to go read that a little bit. I'm not going to do that today, but I definitely would encourage you to go and do it. But that is the cast. Nothing too crazy as far as the cast is concerned. So this is what I was talking about with regards to the release. So Dracula, a Love Tale, so remember that, was released in France 30th July 2025 by SND. So this has been out for a while in some places, and is scheduled to be released in 40 countries or so from August 2025 to February 2026 by various distribution companies. So this is where it gets interesting. So the film was screened in non-competitive section, Grand Public, of the 20th Rome Film Festival and released in Italy 29 October 2025 by Lucky Red. So a different one. Different distribution company there. And then it is also selected for official competition at Sitges 2025 in Spain. Signature Entertainment has acquired the UK and Irish rights to the film and will release it straight to digital on the 1st of December 2025, which at this point means it's been released, and was retitled Bram Stoker's Dracula for UK release. So that's odd, right? It's not just me. But it's obviously a reason for it. Like, for example, the Avengers, the first Avengers, actually had to change their name ever so slightly. So, yeah. It is currently scheduled to have a wide theatrical release in the United States and Canada on the 6th of February by Vertical, which is only next year. So, all over the place with this movie, as far as the distribution goes. But, yeah, I thought that was... I mean... Obviously, this has happened. I'm not saying this has never happened, but it's not often you see a release schedule so sporadic. Which is quite interesting. But anyway, without any further ado, let's check out the trailer for Dracula: A Love Tale.
My order has been studying this for 400 years. And you're the first to have captured a specimen alive. These creatures are the result of a divine curse. What exactly did I capture? A vampire. For 400 years now, we've been looking for the source. Here you are.
He comes to find his princess.
Count Dracula. Centuries ago, I asked God for one favor. I will fight in his name. But I ask him to spare my wife. He took my princess. Tell your God that until he brings me back my wife no longer belongs to him. Pure souls can be reincarnated. Since then, I have lived on waiting for her return. She's in danger. He's here. Let them come. If we succeed in destroying this demon, all those who he's bitten will be free from the curse. God sent you here to kill me. God sent me here to save you.
And that was the trailer for Dracula: A Love Tale. So you can definitely get that feel from the trailer that's the route that this is going, or sort of leaning more towards than the more vampire aspect of it. The love story, it seems to be centered around that a lot more aggressively, leaning that direction. So that I find interesting. Obviously, it's almost, I wouldn't say shot for shot remake. It's not the case. It's just a reinvention of this, from what I can tell. So yeah, the fact that it's leaning more towards the love stuff, I would imagine that the ladies in the audience would gravitate towards that a lot more than the men, I would imagine, in a certain way. It's not that I'm anti-love stories. There's certain ones that I liked, whatever the case is, and I like sort of... they don't do so many, like the comedy love story stuff, the romantic comedies and that kind of jazz, you know, so you don't see that too much anymore. So there's a couple that I liked of those. Twilight, not really the biggest fan of that. So this kind of seems in that same line, in that vein. So that's why I'm not kind of going, oh, cannot wait. I do like Dracula as a story, so I'll definitely be giving it a watch. The cinematography, the Christoph Waltz, amazing, obviously. So that's got me excited more than anything in this to see, and it doesn't look like he's just phoning the performance in. It looks like he's really giving it his all. So that should be fun to watch. Caleb Landry Jones looks good in this. So as far as actor-wise, that's Zoe Brow, also good. So there's nothing wrong with the actors, the cinematography, anything like that. I'm just scared that they're gonna swing too much towards the lovey-dovey, so to speak, stuff. So it's not really my cup of tea per se, but I will definitely be watching this, and I might even give my thoughts on it afterwards to see maybe if it's something that was actually good or no. So can't really tell from the trailer. It's nothing wrong. That's what I said. Nothing wrong with how it looks. It just, something in the trailer gives me that feel that that's what the route that it's going for, the romance side of things, where, like, it would be nice if it was balanced. I'm happy with that. If it's swinging one way or the other, yeah, it depends how they pull it off. So yeah, all in all, not too shabby. Can't say I'm overly excited again, but that doesn't matter. I'd always give a movie a chance, especially if there's some interest, especially on the cast. I think that's where my interest is very much peaked. So let's see. One way to find out is to watch it and not just go, okay, the trailer. Yeah, because trailers can be very deceptive, as I've mentioned. But yeah, what do you guys think? Pop that in the comments below, as well as if you like today's episode. And as usual, please do show us some love by liking, sharing, and subscribing. But that is it for today's episode of the Everything Podcast, and we will see you in the next one. Goodbye.